Hello everyone, it is Kit Share Day on my channel and we are back. How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month of February. February's theme is vintage and I kind of went two ways. I started with something and then just kind of let my kit evolve from there. Couple of housekeeping things. In the description box below, you will find a list to all of the YouTubers who are playing along with How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month of February. And you can go through and you can look at all of their kits and see how they took the theme of vintage and what their kits look like for the month of February. So let's start with our walkthrough. So this is the Green at Heart collection, and I'll go through the papers that I have. This one is called Recycle. These are single-sided. I just realized that. This one is called Grasshopper, and I have two of those. This one is called Oscar. This one is called Kermit. This one is called Envy, and I have two of those. In addition to the papers, I do have some embellishments here. So these are the Take Note Double Up Designer Journaling Blocks with Coordinating Printed Transparency. So just to give you an idea of what this looks like, it's pretty much a large die cut that you would do your journaling on. And then an acetate cover that you would put on top, which adds some decor. So I have most of a pack of, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these will be fun and different to play with, and I think one of the goals is to get one of these on each of the pages that I'm going to scrapbook. So that's what I started with. I started with this Green at Heart. Then I was working on my hop layout for Cherry on Top for the YouTube hop. And I kind of realized as I was putting this together that my scraps from that layout would go quite nicely with this. So I went ahead and just kind of popped those into my kit so that I can use up the scraps from that layout quick and painlessly. They're not going to stick in my stash for very long. Then I decided to go ahead and look through some of my papers to see what I had that maybe matched these colors. And I found this one. And I found this one. And I found this one. These are from a pack of Stampin' Up! Paper. So this paper is from Stampin' Up! It is double-sided. And the other sides, as you can see here, are just not really going to match. They're beautiful papers, but I chose these 3 papers because the colors were pretty close. They matched really nice, and the tones matched. And it gave me a little bit of like some kind of tone-on-tone patterns to mix with these. Then I'm going to call these my gateway papers because I chose these papers, and then as I was going through that package from Stampin' Up, I was like, oh, I forgot how beautiful these papers are. So then I added this one. And then I added this one. And then I added this one. So we started out with a look and feel of vintage. Then we found some papers to bridge the gap. And then we went with these. So that was how I went with my kit for today, for this particular month, and that's okay. that's how we started. And then we have these. Now, when it comes to embellishments, I kind of did the same thing. So as I show you what I chose, you'll see that we have the vintage, the very kind of vintage. And then we have some things that are more for these papers back here, which I'm not even going to attempt to call vintage because they just aren't. So for embellishments, I have these little bows in my stash. And they have been floating around in this little container for entirely too long. They are very vintagey, right? And super cute. So I have those. I'm not going to use that bright red one, but the rest of them are really neutral and fun and lovely. I am going to grab this 8x10 stamp set because I feel like these beautiful, gorgeous flowers will be a lovely match to patterns like these two patterns, or where's that other one that I was like, yes, here, this one. Very good match in style. So I pulled that out. This was the only stamp set that I pulled out, and I didn't pull any lettering kind of things. And I'm just going to kind of pull from my stash as I want. More on the vintage side. These are kind of less on the vintage side. So more on the vintage side. I have these cute flowers from 49th and Market. And again, I'd really like to use these up completely. I have these, some epoxy flares from Scrap and Happy Studio. See if I can pop this one over so you can see all the different styles. So these are just pretty kind of neutral colored flowers that I thought worked really well. I grabbed 3 sequins. So I have this wearing white one. Really, really want to get rid of these and use these up. Same with these two. This Opal Mist one is really old. I'd really like to use up those. The Vintage Berry is not very old at all, but I really liked the colors, and I felt that that kind of matched the not so vintagey part of our kit, which is down here at the bottom. And then I grabbed these canvas flare buttons from Scrap and Happy Studio. I really liked what they said. I felt this had that vintage vibe to it. Again, going along with the fact that I'd really like to use up some of these packages of sequins, I grabbed my Close to My Heart shaker, window foam, and acetate. And I have the dies that go with this too, so I can make some nice, quick, easy shakers. And then maybe I can use up some of this foam tape as well. And then to go along with all of the vintage portion of our kit, I have these ephemera pieces. These are from Stingperia. I got them at a Cherry on Top. If they're still available, I will link them up. But I have not used them at all. I haven't opened them. I haven't used any of them. I did an unboxing and showed all the little pieces. They're beautiful. Haven't touched them since. So hoping that I can, while I probably will not finish these, it would be nice to actually get some of them on a page, maybe, kind of, sort of. Okay, so that's what I pulled to match the more Green at Heart papers mixed with those Gateway papers. That led into the papers that aren't vintagey at all, and for those, I pulled a couple embellishments that go with those more kind of bright colors. So I grabbed out of my stash this package of Doodlebug Crop and Create Sprinkles. I purchased and took a card class from Scrapbook and Cards Today, but I actually didn't finish all the cards, and because I ran out of time. And I ended up just taking the product and kind of mixing it in with the rest of my stash. And one of the things that we got was this whole set of Doodlebug enamel dots that I didn't open or use at all. So I'm going to go ahead and use those and put them in here. I thought that these little banners would work really well with those brighter colored papers, but they could also, like some of these, this pink especially, and these two would actually go with the, and like this green color matches the green at heart too. So those might be good for both depending on how I use them, but I'd like to use these up. And then I grabbed this sticker book. Again, I kind of felt like this would go with the brighter colored papers, but it also, some of them, and if I do it right, I could mix them with some of these green at heart papers too. This set of stickers was a present from one of my subscribers and members, Lee, and it's this huge set of stickers. So many stickers, and there's alphabets in here. So I felt like the colors were right to mix and match and play, I thought they would play well. And there's lots of alphabets here, which is great because I can use those for some titling options and have these nice stickers. And maybe I can use up some of those. So that is my February kit. Now, my plans for February's kit. I have kept my goals for February's kit pretty kind of simple. I want to create my TN pages for February with this kit. I don't know what those Traveler's Notebook pages will look like. It's only February 1st, so I haven't even taken those photographs yet, but that's kind of my plan. Is I like to do 4 journal pages a month, and then I have those kind of smaller stories told. So 4 Traveler's Notebook pages, and then I'd like to do 3 12 by 12 layouts. I have the photos already chosen that I want to use, and one of those photos is a heritage layout that will go with the story that I want to tell. So that's where I went for my chosen projects. I did so good last month. I'm really, 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 really hoping that I don't mess it up this month and that I get these projects, my February projects, done with this kit. When this kit is finished, so my coffee kit last month, I kept it together because I had some like very specific stories I wanted to tell and some very specific pages I wanted to do. I'm a little more loosey-goosey with this one, and I think at the end of February, I'm probably just going to go ahead and like break this back up and put it back into my stash. And I may actually, depending on how I go with March's theme, I may go ahead and kind of maybe mix these in with some of my March stuff. The theme for March is books. And so my plan for March is to go ahead and catch up my book journal. So that's kind of just a look ahead as to what we're doing for March. But for February, this is my kit, and I am planning on doing 3 layouts and my 4 February Traveler's Notebook spreads. All right, have a lovely February, everybody, and I will see you again soon. Bye.